Hello. Everyone's coming in now. I am so sorry for the delay tonight. We had some really big tech problems, and it's taken us this long to get live. So I apologize to everyone if you've been waiting in the waiting room. I am here now. So I'm just going to see if we've got a couple more people coming in, and then I'm going to start straight away. And I really do deeply apologize for the delay. It's it's a combination of my assistant being poorly and me being in the wrong Zoom room. And so, yeah, I'm very sorry. But we're here now. We're not going to be streaming live to Facebook, but we will post it into Facebook later on today. So good evening, everybody. And thank you so much for joining me for day 3 of Prepare to Teach Baby Massage. Now, some of you might be joining me live tonight for the first time. If you are here live for the first time, welcome. You can catch up on day 2 and day 1, and so you can get the whole 3 days. And if you desire, you can fill out your workbooklet, send it to me, to Mark, and then I will send you a certificate of attendance to value your time, because if you are a busy parent or carer, or if you've got another job and you're here tonight, you're giving me your energy and your time, and I just really want to say thank you. So that's to honour your commitment to finding out more about baby massage, because obviously that is what I'm super passionate about. So just to recap, day 1, we did all about how to be the expert, how to be knowledgeable, how to be confident teaching baby massage. Last night, we did a deep dive into how to teach, how to structure your classes, how to hold space for parents. And tonight, we're going to be talking about how to create a successful baby massage teaching practice. So as always, I will be open to questions at the end of the session. So if you've got any questions, take a note as we're going through. If you've got your workbooks there, you can be filling them out. And I'm also completely available outside of the course material tonight. You can book a call with me, you can message me on Instagram, you can join the village membership, you can ask any questions in there. Basically, I'm here to help you know if this is for you. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to persuade you to do anything. I'm just here to share with you my experience of teaching love for the last 20 years. And if it feels aligned, to let you know that this is a safe space for you to come and train with us. So let's begin tonight all about how to create a successful baby massage business. Now, first of all, just to tell you very quickly a little bit about my story. So I started teaching baby massage about 21 years ago. When I started, I was working as a project finance lawyer in the City of London after spending 7 years qualifying as a lawyer at Warwick University and Nottingham Law School. I then became pregnant with my amazing daughter, Emily, who's the inspiration behind Blossom and Berry, and who gifted me motherhood, which changed my life. And then my 2 boys, Evie and Casper, who are also extremely important and my absolute focus of my life, my family. And so I decided to leave a corporate career where I was very sort of like in my head and followed a very linear path to get there. I had what on paper was an extremely successful career, very high salary, great promotions. I was very well respected. And I left all of that to become a baby massage teacher. Now, that was 20 years ago when baby massage really was not a thing. It was very, very unusual. And a lot of people thought I'd literally got baby brain and lost my mind because I was going to give up everything that I'd studied for to follow this path. And of course, I had absolutely no idea about business at all, literally zero. I had no time because I had 3 children under 3.5, no money because I had 3 children under 3.5, and my husband also moved out of London, and we ended up living in Essex on a much smaller salary. So yeah, it was quite a tight time to sort of overdraw or overdraft kind of thing. And I had no idea, because also business mentoring wasn't really around back then. There weren't community groups. Basically, this is pre-smartphones, pre-Instagram, pre-Facebook, pre-everything. It was just me with some ring binders and a very basic camera recording myself. Later on when I started Blossom and Berry, but at the very beginning it was just me and my front room and my baby massage doll and some books and a ring binder, and just, you know, just knowing that this is what I'm here to do. And if you've been spending some time with me the last couple of days, or you follow me, you'll know how passionate I am about it. So I was in no doubt that this is what I wanted to do. That was absolutely, you know, focused, but the kind of how I was going to do it was an absolute mystery. And so I had to learn how to set up my own business just by following my instinct. I think I had a couple of books. I think there was a few kind of very basic websites that the government had given you about how to set up your own business. It was nothing like today. And through that, I just started in my front room with like 2 parents and babies. And I remember just being so happy that I'd got these 2 parents and babies and that I could just start my business. And I remember being very nervous as well, because it was quite a big deal. I think I told you yesterday, I used to have a really severe blushing complex. So I was worried that when I started to teach, I was going to have this blushing complex and I was going to like mess up my words and have all this sort of social anxiety, but that all completely disappeared because I loved what I did, and you know, I loved holding the space of parents and babies. But the business side just grew really through experience and saying yes. And obviously that was 21 years ago. Now I'm here with Blossom and Berry. So I started to train people to become teachers, probably after I had about 3 or 4 years experience of becoming a teacher myself. And now we have a community of over 4,000. We have over 2,000 teachers across the world. We have over 300 Tree Babies teachers. That's just been in the last few years. And I think that we've impacted about 500,000 babies. We've got 5 global branches, and we have numerous charitable projects, including my main charitable project, which is Love Support Unite, which is in Malawi. So that is what's happened in 21 years. And I've been growing my beautiful family, who have brought me the most joy. And whilst I've been doing that, I've been able to balance both business and babies, so that I felt that I've been really present with both. And that's something that I really believe in at Blossom and Berry, is that it's all about the experience of learning how to grow and develop. You know, shooting off with like really hard goals, like as in like, you know, really high goals that are super aspirational in terms of like, I want to get this number of clients, I want to make this amount of money by this time, can put pressure on you and deplete your energy. Whereas what I did when I first started was I was just like, I know that I am meant to do this. I don't necessarily know the way, but I pretty much know that there's an abundance of parents and babies out there in the world, which there is. Like, just whilst I've been talking, babies have been born all across the world. It's like babies are not going to run out. We're in the most abundant market in the world, which is human beings entering the earth. So I had confidence in the fact that there would always be babies that needed this and parents that needed this. I knew in my heart that I was here to teach love. I knew it wasn't just to kind of teach baby massage or baby yoga. It was to teach love. It was to teach the importance of love and infant mental health and nurturing care and responsive parenting and holding space for parents. So I knew that as well. And then what I decided to do was just step into the version of me that could take the first step by setting up my business, and then trust that the next step would appear, and then the next step would appear, and the path would keep opening and opening, and eventually I'd end up here, which I am. Thank you, blessings. Thank you. And receive so much during my time. I can't even explain to you how much gratitude I have for every single teacher, every single experience, every single course I've written, every single trip that I've been on to travel, every single opportunity to speak and to be involved in creating books and events and product ranges and all of the things that have come from this that I never could have known. Never, ever, ever in my wildest dreams 21 years ago could I have known that I would live such a blessed life. All I knew at that moment was that was what my heart was telling me to do. And on that trust, I decided to take the first step and host those 2 parent and baby, the 2 parents and babies in my front room that day, long ago. And now I'm here with you, which is also a blessing. So the moral of that story is that the how is always developing in the moment, but the passion comes from you. The passion and the desire comes from you. So if you have the passion and the desire and you have the vision, whatever your vision is. Mine was to teach love all around the world and have a community, a global family of teachers. And I just knew it. I just knew that it was going to be like something really significant, and that I would be doing this for 21 years. I just knew this was it. That was enough to get me going, because I'm going to talk to you about the principles of business tonight. But the thing about business is that it is a creative process. Okay, it's not linear either, because it's always changing. Like, you can just tell it by like the algorithm just on things like social media. It changes all of the time, daily, by moment by moment. Things are being created, technology is being created, like AI has just been introduced, Reels came in, you know, like going all the way back, you know, no one used to have smartphones. There weren't these things. So all the time, humans are creating beautiful ways to express ourselves through entrepreneurship, through technology, also through events and through different ways of connecting. And so the how is kind of happening. So it's the why you're doing it, which really is the power. When you've got a strong why, when you've got a strong passion, then you just put the why into the how, and then the how just happens. And sometimes when we think we know, okay, well, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to set up this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do. And then you get there and you're like, actually, no, this doesn't feel right, because I was just in my head following the strategy, although this is the way to go. And so when you are much more intuitive with your business, and you just feel, okay, what would I love to do in the next month, in the next 6 months, in the next year? What are all of the things that I'd love to do? I'm going to make a big list of those things. And I'm going to look at my calendar. This is what I do. I like take my calendar for the year, and then I put into each month, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And then I just literally work towards those things. And when I've done them, I take them off. And that's how I've grown Blossom and Berry, you know, with just following what feels good. And that path has been creating courses and teaching people and doing in-person events and traveling around the world and setting up the global branches and all the different things that I've done. But largely it's come from you know, sort of just showing up and being consistent and persistent in what I do, and loving what I do, and creating a business as well that doesn't feel like a business, because it's got my values embedded in it. So this is your invitation. And again, this is why Blossom and Berry is so different to other training providers, because a regular training provider will give you a certificate. Off you go. There's your qualification. Now you're free to do whatever you want. There might be a Facebook group, but largely that's what you've paid for. You've got your certificate. A franchise or a licensor will then have you sort of sign up to their package. You'll be trading under their name. You'll be working with their guidelines. There'll be a percentage of the profit that goes back to them every month. And, you know, it's a bit like being McDonald's of baby massage. So you don't have a lot of personal expression. Whereas at Blossom and Berry, you're free to be your own kind of beautiful. And this is really important to me, because when you are authentically expressed, when you are in your truth, then you're at your most powerful. You are not at your most powerful when I'm telling you to do this. Because might be parts of you that say, I don't want to do that. And every time you do something you don't want to do, you're not being in love with yourself, and you're not in the vibration of love. And as we know, love creates love. So it just doesn't work. So at Blossom and Berry, that journey, that business journey, is something that I support you with for free for as long as you want. And I am the world's leading parent and baby business mentor, which means that you're getting all of that expertise, as well as obviously my absolute passion for baby massage as well. And I don't quite know how it happened. I just got so into business. My family is, on my dad's side, are all entrepreneurs, very successful entrepreneurs, back from the Ukraine a couple of generations back. So I can only think it's from that somewhere. But I absolutely love business as much as I love baby massage, because entrepreneurship is all about creating relationships and connection, pretty much the same as baby massage, really. Because in order to serve somebody, you have to know what somebody wants. The first step in creating a successful parent and baby wellness business is knowing who your client is and wanting to serve them deeply. So working out, okay, who do I want to work with? Is it dads or people who identify as dads? Is it mums? Is it foster parents? Is it adoptive parents? Is it parents who have special needs? Is it babies that have special needs? Is it parents who are on maternity leave? Is it working as part of a holiday package? Is it being part of a community project? Is it working for a charity? It's working out who you want to serve, And then when you work out who you want to serve, then really deeply looking into what do they need. So do they need, for example, a one-to-one, or do they need a 6-week course, or do they need a rolling program, or would they love a nurture day, or would they like a workshop, or do they need something to focus, particularly if their baby has colic? So when you start to really think about service, so rather than sales, think about on entrepreneurship, business and marketing as service. How can I deeply serve somebody? How can I take my gifts that are unique to me and serve another through the medium of entrepreneurship, through creating business? And that energy exchange, you giving your gift to another and they are receiving it, the energy exchange is that you receive money. And that is absolutely perfect because you give your expertise, you get money in return. So setting up a business that's holistic, that's about well-being, that's about caring for people, that's about loving people, about nurturing people, it doesn't have to feel horrible if you are going to charge for it, because a lot of people have, money mindset issues, pricing issues, they feel awkward, they don't want to charge for these things. But it's just so important, because if you weren't charging for your time, if you weren't honoring your time, let's say honoring your energy, that's a better way of putting it, then you wouldn't be able to do this. And then if you weren't able to do this, they wouldn't be able to benefit from it. And we wouldn't be able to have the impact of, almost 500,000 babies around the world. So if I wasn't, asking people to invest in Blossom and Berry, I wouldn't be able to provide the best training in the world and pay all of my team of experts and everyone who supports you and provide the amazing service that I do if I wasn't asking you to invest in yourself and also in the community, which then comes back to you and ripples out into the world. So we have to, in the world that we live in currently, where energy exchange is looked at in money and it's commoditized, we have to do that. And so it's completely fine to charge for your classes. And if that brings up like issues around, but I want to be inclusive to others, that's fine. You can do things like have places which are contributed, like a free place that everyone else contributes by paying a little bit more, or you could have a free place every time, or you could do a group for free, or you could volunteer and provide your services for free, or you could be discretionary if you come across people that really need the help and they can't afford it, or you could create a Love Creates Love group. It's completely up to you. So the main thing is that if you're going to run it as a business, it has to be a business. And the kind of definition of a business is the exchange of service for money. So that's really important. Now, of course, there's loads of other things I could talk to you about tonight about charitable projects. You can also set up charitable projects. You can do something called a community interest project, which is kind of like half a charity and half a business. So there are lots of ways that you can do it as a charity, and you can still pay yourself. That's possible. And then you can apply for grants and funding and things like that. But it's just completely up to you, really. That's just a different business model. But the idea is that you create a sustainable, successful business by teaching what you love and creating more love in the world. And that is why Love Creates Love. And it's a really important part. So it's important to have this mindset before you begin. And also the entrepreneurial life has very much a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. Now, you might have come across this before. Fixed mindset is where, you want to know what the outcome is. It's like 1 and 1 makes 2. And then if something doesn't work out, you can view it as a mistake, or, it's somebody's fault, or you should have done better. And it's quite a harsh mindset, actually, a fixed mindset. Growth mindset is that, I'm just here to be curious. I'm just here to see what happens. This is calling me. I'm going to trust and surrender and allow this process to happen. I'm going to be here. I am going to just take each day as it comes. I'm going to turn up and do my best. I'm going to turn up and do what feels good. I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to ask for support. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to, when I have a challenge, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. There's no such thing as mistakes, but if something goes in a different way than you thought, it's like, okay, that's learning. So growth mindset and entrepreneurship kind of go hand in hand. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I don't like that kind of mindset, then it'd be better to take your baby massage practice and try to get employed as, say, for example, by a gym or a children's centre or somebody else who will pay you, because then you've just got to show up, you've got to do the teaching, and then you get paid. And that is totally possible. It is totally possible to do that. And I have done that in the past. I've worked for gyms, I've worked for children's centres, I've worked for charities. So that is a possibility. But the majority of my teachers are entrepreneurs. And so they run their own businesses. And that does mean, like, again, I'm just being totally honest with you because I think it's really important. Like, the amazing thing about being an entrepreneur is you have flexibility, you have freedom, you have creative expression, you are your own boss, you make all the decisions, you can have it exactly like you want it. You don't need to ask anyone and anyone's permission to be completely you. It's really fun. That's all the kind of upsides. The downsides are that it's actually the same. It's like, it's only you, so you've got to do everything. That, you know, you have to make all the decisions, which you might not want to do. At the end of the day, it's down to you. And the success of your business comes from your personal kind of commitment to what it is that you want to do. Now, obviously, again, that's a learning curve. And as I said, 21 years ago, I had zero experience, 0 time, 0 energy, 0 money. But I'm 3 children under 3.5. However, I had the passion. And so I took the steps that allowed me to grow and learn to get to where I am now. So it's important to just have that understanding. And I never pull the wool over anyone's eyes around it, because it's a different skill set. And you don't have to have that skill set right now. Remember, 21 years ago, I was a corporate finance lawyer, no experience. Now I'm the world's leading parent and baby wellness mentor, helping to empower many other teacher training schools like Blossom and Berry, like Harm School, Aquasensory, to expand their businesses. And that's not because I went to university and studied a business course. It's because I just got stuck in, and I decided to just learn as I go and just take the opportunities for everything. So it's really about getting out of your own way and trusting that if you love something enough and you keep talking about it and you keep energetically connecting to it, it will manifest. And yeah, just keep believing in the magic. And as I said, largely it's about relationships. So who can you collaborate with, who can connect with, who's got an audience similar to you, who might be interested in this, who could you talk to about this, and you just start to build it up in that way. Now, I said at the beginning as well that an important aspect of my business and, you know, at Blossom and Berry, there's a lot of people who are either balancing their business and their babies, or their business and maybe another job. And that's really important as well, to just honor your time and to go at a pace that feels pleasurable and makes you feel happy. So I was able to fully enjoy being present with my babies when they were growing up, because I would be with them, and then when I wasn't with them, I'd be with my business. Where a lot of people get into like overwhelm is when you're trying to be both places at both times. And what happens there is that both suffer. The business suffers and the babies suffer because you're not present. And actually, ultimately, you suffer because you're splitting yourself in two. So it actually takes quite a lot of discipline to structure your time and say, okay, I'm going to work on my business on these days, and then I'm going to turn my phone off and I'm going to be with my other job or my partner or my family or my friends or my babies on these days. And that, I would say, is a really important, crucial aspect of starting your business, is that it is not a race, it is a journey. If you're always looking down like that, you miss everything. So just keep looking up. Wow, that's great. Wow, that's great. Ooh, watch out for that. Yeah. So keeping engaged in the process, allowing yourself to learn, allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to give, and allowing yourself the time and space to actually become this new version of you is really, really important. So the way that Blossom and Berry is structured is that we have a whole marketing module completely full of videos, like so many videos, so many lives that I've done over the years. I put them all in there for you. There's like, you know, worksheets, there's a baby business plan, there's all of our handouts, there are There's social media images, there's like how to use Instagram, there's how to create reels, there's how to create online courses. It just goes on and on and on and on. And because, as I said, business is ever expanding because it's a creative medium, it never stops, which is why I do my monthly masterclasses on business. And we have guest experts come in, and we're constantly like listening to what you need to help you adapt and change. For example, in COVID, obviously, everything changed. We couldn't meet in person. So one of the first things I did was help to get all my teachers online. So there's lots of videos in the course about how to teach online, how to use Zoom, all of those things, because at that time, everybody's business couldn't happen because there was no classes, everything stopped. So we had to pivot. And so that at that time, a lot of people converted to Blossom and Berry because their training providers or a lot of franchisors closed down because there wasn't the support there. So you're always supported, you're always part of the community, you're always part of something bigger than yourself. So you are never alone, you are connected. So you can receive the mentorship, the guidance that you want, and you can tag us in and we answer questions and you can see what everybody else is doing. And we have specials for like Christmas and Easter and Mother's Day and all these different things. So you're part of that. So you're never going to be alone. You're never going to feel like, oh my goodness, like what am I going to do? Because there's somebody there. And again, one of the main reasons why I created Blossom and Berry like that was because I had to go through this whole process of learning how to do it completely on my own, without the internet, without a smartphone, with books literally, like I don't even think Amazon was around then. So I had to go and get books out of the library and order books from other libraries to be delivered to Wivenhoe Library so that I could study them. It was really, really old school. But, I would never, ever have it any other way. It was perfect, absolutely perfect. So it's there because it's the thing that I desired to receive when I was back then. And now at the level of my business that we are here with Blossom and Berry, my number one thing, mentorship. How many mentors do I have at the moment? 5. Why do I have so many mentors? Because it allows me to be at my energetic best, so I can be fantastic in Blossom and Berry, so I can learn and keep passing it on and sharing it to you. So investing in having a business means investing in yourself, seeing yourself as the leader. It doesn't even matter how big your business is. You're the leader. You're the one making the decisions. You're the one who's saying, I choose this, so we go in this way. It's no one else behind you. Often there can be, like with me, I've got a whole team, so they trust me. But, it's about you taking radical responsibility for this is what I want my business to look like. I want to merge it and I want to bring in like pregnancy expert or nutrition or yoga or Reiki or healing, or I've got an amazing teacher who's got crystals and she uses crystal healing with her baby massage. And then I've got people who are physiotherapists who are very structured and learning in the way that they're providing baby massage as part of their physiotherapy. I'm just about to train a lot of occupational therapists who bring it into their practice, children's centres. Everybody's got a different reason and a different why, and that's all available to you. So it's this self-leadership. It starts with you. I mean, the first decision is, self-leadership was, I want to come to this course. I want to come to this Prepare to Teach Baby Massage course for 3 nights because I'm really interested. That's leadership. I'm going to make that decision because I'm interested, and then you just continue from there. So if you made the decision to be here now with me, you can also make the decision to train, to set up your own business, to make these decisions that will allow you to have exactly what you desire. And also have the experience of doing it as well, which is the most important thing, is the actual experience and the learning and the growth, as well as getting to the destination, because the destination is always moving forward. So that's what I want to talk about, mindset. And also, by the way, if you're interested in this, we also have another free course, which is on the website, which is called Kickstart Your Parent and Baby Wellness Business. And that is it's a 5 sort of stage videos going a lot deeper into mindset and also how to strategy and things like that. That's free to everybody. You can go find it on the website. It's in the Blossom and Berry Baby Business Academy, which is devoted to expanding and setting up your baby business. So you can find that there, and all that's like my business brain downloaded, and they are extras that you can add alongside our marketing course if you want to. So what are some of the key things then I can share with you tonight about, like if I had 5 things to tell you how to create a successful parent and baby wellness business, let's have a think. So number 1 would be to be visible in some way. Now you might think of social media as the obvious one, but it doesn't have to be. It can be visible in your community, by going to things, networking things, having posters up, having flyers, or it can be on social media. It can be like having Facebook Lives, it can be doing reels, it can be doing whatever you want. But if you are not visible, then nobody can find you. And although our businesses mean the world to us, out there in the big wide world, everyone is busy doing their own thing. So one of the biggest kind of interesting blocks that people have to set their own business, they're like, oh, I'm really embarrassed because I'm going to set up my business and I'm imposter syndrome and everyone's going to judge me and everyone's going to be saying all this stuff. Well, in reality, everyone's way too busy to be caring that deeply about what you're doing. So that's a really good one to bat out the way to start off with. So getting visible is really, really important, and you can go slow with it, or you can have a big coming out party, whatever you want. You can get visible whilst you're training on the course. So as I said, I really encourage anyone who is studying with me, first thing to do, go over to Instagram, go over to Facebook, set up your Facebook account, your Instagram account. It takes about half an hour max. On Instagram, it'll probably take you about 5 minutes. And you just put the name, whatever you want to call your business at this moment, and you say classes coming soon. And that's it. That's your way. That's it. The first thing you need to do. And then you have a business. And you're being visible and you're starting to talk to people, and you can say, hi, I'm Gail and I'm training to be a baby massage teacher with Blossom and Berry. My classes are coming soon. And then as you're studying the course, you can say, hey, did you know this about baby massage? And you can literally start your social media at the beginning. You don't have to be ready, because there's no the concept of being ready doesn't exist, because you're never ready because you don't know what's coming and you don't know what the opportunity is. So you just have to just keep on offering and showing up and sharing. So number 1 would be visibility. Number 2 would be about connection. So, not just offering, but asking questions, finding out what your client needs, creating authentic connection, creating meaningful relationships so that people will know, like, and trust you. And, we do that at Blossom and Berry in lots of different ways. If you go over to our Insta, you can hear me talking about lots of different things. I've got a podcast, I've got books, I've got a website, we've got free courses like this, we've got monthly masterclasses. So you can really feel into, okay, this Gail Berry, like this Blossom and Berry thing, is it for me or not? So you can make that decision. So it's exactly the same with your business as well. So number 2 would be connection. Number 3 would probably be consistency. So consistency links into know, like, and trust. So when you are consistent with what you do, and it doesn't have to be every day or every hour, it can be once a week or once a month. But when you are consistent, it creates safety, because people know that you're real, that you're authentic, that you're showing up, and that you're not just going to disappear. They can start to build a relationship with you because you are consistently doing what you say. And that is really, really important, and really vital for creating connection. So deciding, with what we were saying before, balancing your business and your babies, or business and your job, or business and your family, or whatever it is, what feels good to me to set up my business so that I'm going along, I'm making progress, I'm on the path, but I'm not depleting, I'm not rushing, I'm not blasting myself, I'm not putting ridiculous pressure on myself. I'm just here, and I'm just trusting that when I put this little seed in the ground of my business, and then I'm going to water it, and I'm going to put the sun on it, and eventually it's going to start to, that little shoot's going to come up when it's ready, and then it continues to grow and blossom and provide beautiful flowers and fruit for many, many years. But that process really depends on you. And some of my teachers go like super, super fast because they're consistent, or they've got a big vision, or some people build a team out straight away, get people to help them. And some of my teachers just go really super slowly and absolutely just love what they do. Some people do that on their own. Some people combine it with other things that they do. Some people do it around their children. Some people do it around their other job. Some people just do it because they love it, because they're just genuinely interested in it. And some people do it because they're parents and they want to just understand the benefits of baby massage and infant mental health themselves. So there's so many reasons to do it that are, really valid, but it's about that consistency so that it feels good to you in every step of the road. So visibility, what did I say? Connection, consistency. What else do we need? Probably I'd say like brand values, branding. So, people recognize who you are and they know what you stand for. So this goes back to your why again. Why did you set up your business? Why is it important to you? Like with Blossom and Berry, it's really obvious what our values are, I hope. Love is it's kind of a little bit everywhere. So we're really driven by love, connection, community, contribution, and it goes through everything we do. So everything we do always has that vibration. So if you like that, you are a great energetic match for us. If you're coming because you want to learn very specifically anatomy and physiology of babies and acupressure points for massage that help to relieve specific ailments and things like that, we're probably not the right training school for you, because we do cover aspects of that, but the main focus is love, connection, community, contribution, infant mental health, early childhood development, and why love matters. So because of that, it means I always attract the most beautiful clients. In 20 years we've had 2 complaints, and which were resolved very quickly, which I'm really proud of, because that's a lot of people that have come through my business, and to have 2 complaints in all that time is great, I think, because pretty much everyone who comes knows what they're going to get, because they spent enough time researching Blossom and Berry and who I am and what we stand for. So those values are really important to have in your business. And again, there's a values sheet when you join us. There's a what is your why sheet when you join us, and we do a lot of deep diving into this. There's some really fantastic masterclasses in the Baby Business Academy around this as well. So that you can create what we call kind of like an ecosystem, a class ecosystem. So parents start here and then they move into this and then they move into that. And so you keep your clients for longer, keep connected, and keep the community for longer. So that's what was that one? Was that brand values? And then the last one I probably would say is creativity. So, reinventing what is offered to you in the way that feels best for you. Because, one of the really important things about Blossom and Berry is that you can be your own kind of beautiful, and that's really important. So taking being inspired by us, and then taking it so that it's your authentic truth, and creating whatever you want. So over the years, some of the things I've created are product range. We've got a whole range of baby grows. I had a baby massage mat for a while that I designed. We have our poetry books, which I showed you the other day. I have my baby massage handbook. We've had retreats around the world. We've had socials. We've had nurture days. We've had Nurturing the Future 1001 Days to Save the World. We have a podcast. We have a blog. We have a YouTube channel. I've done lots of brand work with like Pampers and Nurofen and Palmer's and all sorts of different things. So we're always creating things. We have our flower bombs, explosion of love, which is all about random acts of kindness for mothers and those who identify as mothers. And we have National Nature Babies Day. So we have all of these things that are creative ways to express yourself in business. And that's really, really important to have that creativity, because for me, creativity is love. It's how every single day the universe just grows a little bit more because someone decides to create something, whether it's cooking or art or music or an event or whatever. Like if you just take a moment and just think, all around the world right now, there are beautiful, beautiful things happening everywhere because humans decided to create that. It just blows my mind every time. So creativity as well. So they are sort of the main principles. And then obviously, if you want to get stuck into the nitty gritty of like, how do I do this? Then that's all included in our course as well. So I could talk about this for a very long time, but I'm going to be mindful of the time tonight. So as always, I will open it up to anyone if they have any questions. And then in the meantime, I'll just remind you that we have our special offer this month on becoming a baby massage teacher with us. We have our 18-month instalment plan, which means you can join us and start learning today, as soon as you want, and then in as little as 12 weeks you can have your own baby massage teaching practice, but you can have your earn as you learn. So you've got 18 months to actually return the investment. You get your free doll, you get your free books, you get your free baby business pack to get you started. You get a free voucher to use with us on our courses in the future, and you get the opportunity to come and do our live training with us, which is twice a year for baby massage, twice a year for baby yoga online. And you also get your monthly supervision with me as well. And that carries on forever with no charges, no fees. It's just once you're in the family, you're in the family. So if you're interested in that, there's details of that coming out. And also you can book a call with me at any time to talk it through. Check out all of our reviews on Instagram, on the website. Just go check it out. If your heart is feeling like you want to do this, listen to your heart always knows. And then if your head has the questions, which is important as well, so that you feel confident, you can ask me any questions at any time. So has anyone got any questions tonight live on the chat? If anyone wants to put anything in the chat to ask me, I'm really open to any questions. On my podcast as well, you'll find lots of episodes about how to set up a successful business. A lot of the frequently asked questions that people send to me, I've turned them into podcast episodes. So that's also a great place to look at. And remember that from your baby massage business, you can also build on baby yoga, you can build on tree babies. Also, if you want to be a real expert and take a deep dive, you can do our Nurturing the Future diplomas that allow you to teach from conception to birth. So specific courses there, birth to 1 and then 1 to 2. You can take all of them, or you can add them onto existing things that you're doing. So there's lots and lots of different opportunities that you can take with us. So is anyone asking a question? I'm just going to see if anyone's going to ask a question here. As I said, unfortunately tonight my assistant is not here, so I'm not entirely sure that I can see your messages. Here is a message from Tony. Are your courses accredited or affiliated? Yes. So Blossom and Berry courses are accredited by the FHT if you come to the live training with me on Zoom. And if not, they are accredited by the IICT, which is an international accrediting body for holistic courses. And we are insured by Westminster Professional Indemnity Insurance. So when you train with us, you have absolutely everything that you need to be a professional teacher. We were accredited by the Royal College of Midwives, so the course has been through the Royal College of Midwives approval process, and we were approved by them for about 4 years, but they've now actually stopped approving anybody. That process has ended, but it was approved by the Royal College of Midwives as well. So it's really like gold standard of training. It's a real like super deep dive. So that is the answer to Tony's question. Any other questions from anybody? Let me know. Not at the moment. I'm just going to leave the chat box open just for a couple more minutes. So yeah, so have a look at that. We've also got other free courses on the website too. And, if baby massage and baby yoga is not for you, then we also have Tree Babies, which is about holding space for parents and babies outside in nature, which is extremely popular. So there's lots of different opportunities to get involved with what we do. Tony is saying, can sports massage therapists do this course? Yes, absolutely. So the entry requirements of the course are really open. You just have to have an interest in working with parents and babies. Don't actually have to have any knowledge of massage because we teach you all that on the course. Obviously, you're not going to be a practitioner. You're going to be a teacher. So you will be teaching either one-to-ones or teaching workshops or teaching groups or teaching nurture days or teaching classes. So there isn't a course that enables you to massage babies. And the reason for that is because the best person to massage a baby is always the parent and the carer. And it's actually confusing for a baby to have someone who isn't a parent or carer massage them. And also there's all kinds of child protection issues and insurance and things like that. So you are going to be qualified as a teacher, not a practitioner, in terms of actually doing hands-on therapy on babies. That's important to mention. Any other questions from anyone before I close this evening? I've absolutely loved the course. Just to remind you that if you would like to get the certificate of attendance, you just fill out the workbook, pop it back to me on email, and then I will mark it. And then my wonderful assistant Zita will send you a certificate to say that you have attended. Yeah, and then if you so desire, you can come and become a full teacher with us. So I don't think anyone else has got any other questions this evening. So I'm going to wrap it up now. So all I want to say is just from, the deepest part of my heart, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really honour your time and energy, especially in such a busy world. I hope that you have received from this and you have some clarity as to whether this is for you. Please stay in touch with us, keep connected. Take a look at all the other things that we're offering for you. Take your time, take the space, and whenever you are ready, we are here to support you. And yeah, we'd love you to join the Blossom and Berry global family. So I'm sending you so much love and hope that I will be teaching you very soon. All right then, bye-bye.